Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Happy Monday, guys. It's the beginning of another work week in July. It is July 20th. We are on day 20 of our affirmations and meditation affirmations. I'm excited about today because I have a guest with me. We did 30 minutes on Instagram first, which is why we're starting at 7:30 instead of at 7 o'clock here today on Facebook and YouTube. But I want to thank you guys for being patient. Hopefully you're able to catch this still at 7:30. If not, you can always go back and watch it later. And so my guest has joined me. I'm going to add him in here. Add him in. And good morning, AJ.
What's happening?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so we see you're out in the park there. I think if you got to maybe
Yes.
turn your camera because we see a huge glare
Yeah.
behind you. There we go.
Yeah. Let me get away from this sign. Is there a way I can share this on Facebook, or
You,
is it
you
already
can. No, you can share
okay?
it actually right now on Facebook. It's we are
Okay.
live on Facebook, so we can give you a moment to go ahead and share
Okay.
the stream on your page also. I'm going to
Give me a
let you guys
moment.
know that we are on day 20. We're on the 20th affirmation from the book How to Win When Shit Happens. 31 affirmations to build mental immunity in the midst of chaos. We've been doing these affirmations every single morning, 7 o'clock. Today we're doing 7:30 here on Facebook and YouTube, but every morning just to start our day to get us in the right mindset, in a winner's mindset, right? Because we are learning how to win even when shit is happening. So today's affirmation is I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals. Our quote is from the iconic, the legendary Stevie Wonder, and the quote is, we all have ability. The difference is how we use it. And I doubt that anyone could argue with Stevie Wonder after becoming a legend in music as a blind person. Is absolutely, he's just one of those people that are just, it seems like almost like he's not human because he's been able to accomplish so much with
So
such a
much.
huge, disability. I wanted you to join me for today's affirmation because I love your title of being a dream broker, right? So
Mhm.
you help so many people achieve their dreams through conversation, even you and some of the conversations you and I have had. But listening to that affirmation, I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals. What do you think is the number one thing, just in your experience, the people that you work with that are trying to accomplish their goals? What do you think is the biggest setback or hiccup that people encounter when they are stuck between wanting to do something and actually doing it? What is the biggest setback for people?
I think the biggest setback is the attributing something else to your success. If I could just do this, or if I could
Mhm,
just have that, um, we have everything that we need inside of us already.
mhm,
It's just a
mhm,
matter of tapping into that. And I
mhm.
think this affirmation is important because what you're saying to yourself, what you're saying to God, what you're saying to the universe and to the people around you is that I'm enough, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
once you understand that you are enough, now that need, that desire to go outside of yourself starts to diminish because
Mhm.
you realize I possess it. Like it's
Yeah.
something that I have. So if I say if I'm trying to drive to my house right now and I know that I possess the keys to my car,
Mhm.
then
Right.
I know that I can drive home, right?
Right.
So I'm
Absolutely.
not worried about how I'm going to get home.
Mhm.
So once you say that I possess the ability,
Mhm.
then you don't have to worry about what it is that you want to accomplish because you know what you have,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I think where people get into trouble is saying, if I only had this, then I could be successful. If I
Mhm.
only accomplished that, then I could
Right.
be successful. If
Right.
I were on the Oprah show, if I were on the radio, if I were on Good Morning America, if this
Mhm.
happened, then instead of realizing you are where you are and you have everything that you need to get where you want to go.
Right. Right.
So I
That's
think that's
actually
huge.
one of the affirmations actually states that I have everything I need to be successful is within me. And I think that's a huge thing. One of the
That's
this
beautiful.
affirmation attacks both of those, um, though both of the ideas that I don't have the time
Hmm.
or I don't have. Okay, so I had to go back and pull that up. Day three
No,
says,
that's fine.
"I possess within me everything needed to manifest the destiny that I choose." It's
Hmm.
already in there. It's already there.
Hmm.
So today's affirmation talks about, like you said, the ability. So a lot of times people think
Hmm.
I don't have the ability, I don't maybe know the right people, or I don't
Right.
have the same you know,
Network.
network or breaks in life that somebody else has had, but
Hmm.
also the time. And I know for me, the time I hear, I talk to a lot of women, and a lot of women feel like if they're single moms and they're working, and I just don't have the time. And then you see
Hmm.
someone else, and it's almost like, I'll be honest with you, I was I started my journey in my 20s. I was married, two kids, and worked, and didn't necessarily have to work, but I did. When I went through a divorce and I had no money, the kids by myself, I was down here with no family, I achieved more
Hmm.
than I did when I was in a marriage, had my mom around, had family around. I achieved more, and I think it was because of that motivation of, I don't have a choice. I'm backed against the wall. I don't have a
Hmm.
choice. But talk to me about, how do you coach the people that you work with on how
Hmm.
to manage their time? How to how to
Um,
how to I guess I want to say, like, mobilize their time, or to where
hmm.
they're able to accomplish more with a smaller amount of time without running themselves ragged.
Okay, so I have two tactical things this time around.
Okay.
So the first thing is making sure that everything that you want to accomplish, you have a list of what those things are.
Okay.
Because if it's in your head, then it's ephemeral, right?
Mm,
It's not real yet.
I
Write
agree.
it down so that you can see it. Make it tangible. Write the vision, right? So write
Right.
the vision.
Right.
So
Right.
write those things down, and then put them onto your calendar.
Mhm.
It always confuses me, and I know some people. Everybody doesn't have to live like this, right? But for
Mhm.
me, I need a calendar so that I can know what's happening today or tomorrow.
Right.
When you
Right.
and I talked about this conversation, I put it on my calendar immediately,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because I knew it was important for me to have this, and I could see it on my calendar. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I know it's
Mhm.
coming, right?
Right.
So
Right.
put it on your calendar. Um, Now, there's another thing when it comes to accomplishing tasks, and it's time boxing. So there's this method. It's called the Pomodoro method.
Mhm.
And the way that it works is you give yourself 20 minutes to work on whatever it is,
Mhm.
and then you take a 5 to 7 minute break. And you
Mm.
do that in for like an hour and a half, right?
Mhm.
20
Mhm.
minutes, 20 to 25 minutes working, 5 to 7 minute breaks. You will be amazed at what you can accomplish
I
if
believe
you
that.
work like that,
I believe
right?
that. Mhm.
Right. So that when I'm in writing mode or when I'm coaching authors and things like that, I'm like, hey, 20 minutes. You can do anything for 20 minutes. Just
Mhm.
focus on it for 20 minutes. And you do 3 cycles of those 20 minutes on, 5 to 7 minute breaks, or 25 minutes on, 5 to 7 minute breaks. You will knock a lot of things out. If it's
That's good.
conversations that you need to have, put it on your calendar. Hey, I got 20 minutes that I can talk to you. And a lot of times I'll get calls in, right? In
Mhm.
between when I'm working on something, I put my phone on airplane mode,
Yeah.
right?
That's
I need
important.
20 uninterrupted minutes, 20 to 25 minutes
Mhm.
during my 5 to 7 minute break. If it's
Mhm.
something that I need to attend to, if I need to go to the restroom, if I need to call somebody, if I need to read a text, I can do it in that 5 to 7 minute break.
I love that.
Um, I went to therapy in 2013.
Mhm.
Um, and it was the brother, a Muslim brother. And at the time, I just thought I was big shit, right? So I was working in corporate America. No, it was 2011 maybe. So in
Mhm.
corporate America, so I had my work phone and I
Mhm.
had my personal phone. I had
Mhm.
my work laptop and then I had my iPad, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So the first day I went in, he was like, "Why do you have all this stuff?" And I said, "Well, just in case, there's something that comes up and blah blah blah." He said, "I need you to turn all that off and don't come back to my office with that on." And I'm like, "But what if something happens? I'm in here for an hour and blah blah blah." He said, "If somebody dies while you're in this meeting, they'll still be dead in an hour."
Yikes.
Right? So there's nothing that important to where you can't unplug from the matrix. to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish.
Mhm.
So again, so I think I said three things. Number one, you write the things down, write the vision, make it plain, right?
Mhm.
Number two, schedule it.
Right.
Schedule it. Everything, if I show you my calendar is my gaps and everything, I know what I have time to do, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And then that gives me the ability to accomplish more.
Right.
And think about it, Crystal. So I wake up 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock every morning, right? Do
Mhm.
my meditation, whatever. I'll jump on Instagram. I just open my phone, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But between 6:30 when I get out here to the lake and walk,
Mhm.
and 12 o'clock, I finish a full day's work between 6:30 and 12 o'clock.
Right.
So between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, I can finish another day's work,
Mhm.
right? Because
Mhm.
so that gives me 10 days a week versus 5 days a week,
That's
because
the
I'm breaking my
way to look
days into
at it.
two, right?
Yeah.
I'm breaking my days into two distinct days. There's before 12 and then after 12. Those are 2 days. So write it down, put it on your calendar, and then time box. There's an app called, if you use Google Chrome, there's a Pomodoro app that you can
Mhm.
install on Chrome,
Oh
and then you can
wow.
set the timer. You can set the
Okay.
timer 25 minutes. It'll block all social media. It'll block all the other websites.
I need to do
Literally, you
that.
can't do anything.
I
The
need to do
Pomodoro, yeah,
that.
the Pomodoro. Or you can buy the Pomodoro timer. It's a tomato timer, and you twist it for your 25
How do you
minutes.
spell that? How do I need to put this in
It's
the
like the Pomodoro tomato, Pomodoro,
Okay.
Pomodoro.
Okay. Awesome. I love
Right.
I love that because I think that when we're talking about getting overwhelmed and looking at
Hmm.
time, a lot of times I write and then I do articles, I do interviews, and I have a corporate position. Like I'm doing a lot of things. And sometimes it can become overwhelming, right? It just
Yeah.
seems like you can look
Hmm.
at the whole thing, just like how to eat an elephant. It's like wake up in the morning, it's just like I have a lot to accomplish. And I look at things as I need to accomplish I need to have an end to all these issues, right? This has
Hmm.
to be up and published. And then I want to close this deal out, with the real estate situation. I want to do this and I want to do that. And often it can become big. It's big, it's
Hmm.
overwhelming. But
Yes.
I've learned that when I take things, okay, like for the book, let me write an outline, let me get it done piece by piece. Let me take it
Hmm.
piece by piece. But sometimes it still can become an overwhelming thing. So I like that idea of being able to work because for someone like me that takes on a lot of big tasks and I
Hmm.
thrive well under pressure, but that allows me to a way to kind of streamline it and to digest it in ways that are easier for me to digest, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, so I like that a lot. So that is the one aspect of it. The one aspect of this affirmation, which states, "I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals." The first thing is the time. So we know that we do have the time. Life has given us 24 hours in a day, and we have the ability in that time to get what we need to get for ourselves. Now, yesterday's affirmation, I'm going to go ahead and read that because that
Okay.
fits into this as well, which states every day the universe gives me an opportunity to become better. Each day begins and ends as it should. So I think it's
I
important to
love that.
know that if regardless of how the day goes, I start my day, I'm
Hmm.
intentional with it, I've written things out. And then at the end of that day, as opposed to beating myself up over something that may not have gotten done, I know that
Hmm.
I can rest assured knowing that today happened as it should. I think that's
Absolutely.
very important as well. But now I want us to talk about the ability because you said
Hmm.
when I asked you earlier what is the biggest hiccup in people's journey, to their success, to writing that book, to doing that, accomplishing that, getting that job. I
Hmm.
think that time is one thing. Time is used as an excuse. I don't have the time to do it, but I think
For
most of us
everything.
are afraid that we don't have the ability. We don't maybe have the confidence. We don't have the skill set. We may feel like we may not have confidence in our own skill set. So, how have you been able to help people get over that hump of I'm not good enough, I'm not enough
Hmm.
for the dreams that I have?
Um, so I have this little theory. It's called my life's jambalaya. I'm from Louisiana, right? So
Yeah.
um, when you eat jambalaya in Louisiana,
Hmm.
you can travel from North Louisiana to South Louisiana, and no two jambalayas taste the same.
That's true.
Same thing with gumbo. Same thing with gumbo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the things that you have traversed in your life, your experiences are unlike anybody else's.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you can go back and take a bite from your life's jambalaya and say, hey, I accomplished something like this before,
Yeah.
or I've done something big before, so
Mhm.
this is not too big for me. So you build on your own abilities,
Right.
right?
Right.
And when it comes to skill, a skill can be learned. Um, so again, or here's the other thing that I want people to consider: don't ask how, ask who. Who is the person that I can partner with
Mhm.
that already has the skill to do this thing? And
Mhm.
how can I make it beneficial for them?
Right.
You don't have to do everything,
Right.
right? I have, one of my clients is 4 dermatology offices, right?
Mhm.
I have an account rep. Um, I have, a person that does their social media.
Mhm.
I don't have to do it.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
can, right? So instead of asking, how can I accomplish these extra things? Ask who. Like, who
Mhm.
is the person? Can I get a contractor? Can I do a partnership? Can we work out, who has done it before and done it at a high
Mhm.
level? How
Yeah.
can I get to know that person? How can I serve that person so that now they want to partner with me in some kind of way? So I think it starts with questioning,
Mhm.
right? So if you have the skill and you have the time, which is, kind of what we talked about,
Mhm.
then maybe that's something you can do. But
Yeah.
if you don't have the skill and you don't have the time, who has the skill and how can you make it attractive for them to do it?
Right.
And then
I love
both of
that.
you win. So create an opportunity for other people.
Right. Basically, there is no excuses. There is
There's
no
no
excuses.
excuses.
You can find
It's
whatever your
creative thinking.
dream is. Yeah, you can find a way to do that. I want to ask you also. So this book is filled, but basically it's just 31 affirmations, and I felt I
Hmm.
wrote this in right when we were in the beginning of this pandemic and realizing that people were at home, people were scared, people were feeling their sanity being
Hmm.
shaken. And for
Hmm.
me, affirmations have been a big part of me. I've started with like writing after reading that book that my uncle gave me years ago. I would write on my mirror in lipstick, I am
Hmm.
enough and different things to keep and that propelled me forward. I also think it's interesting what you said about putting things on a schedule. Every year
Hmm.
I've done a vision board since 2010,
I love
maybe
that.
even before that. But I learned that one of my mentors, Munson Steed, actually told me this. He said, a vision board without a timeline is
Yeah.
a dream. A
Yep.
vision board with a timeline becomes a life map, right? And then I know
Yes.
I have
Absolutely.
to, this is what I want to accomplish in this amount of time. And so I'm able to dream, but then I'm able to bring tactics and logistics to that so that I'm actually able to move forward. So that's something I want to suggest to people as well. The vision boards are amazing. I have one in my room right now, but I also
Hmm.
start to write down, like I knew I wanted to start this book. I knew I wanted this book to be out the weekend after Mother's Day, right? So
Hmm.
I wrote down May 15th. This book had to go live by May 15th. So
Hmm.
that gave me, and I'm very goal driven, so it gave me
Yep.
a time, but I tried, but realistic goals, to where I can say, okay, I can do a little bit every day to get myself to this point, and I want to put this out after that. And then when you do that, I've
Hmm.
learned you need to congratulate yourself on achieving that,
Yes.
give yourself a break, and then push forward. So I want to just ask you, how have affirmations helped you in your journey? Just the idea of speaking things into existence, creating your own DNA, the
Hmm.
creating your future, like what you want to see from yourself in the future through the use of affirmations. How have you been able to do that?
It's the vibration that it provides,
Hmm.
right? So when you move from a place of positive vibration, then your steps are a little bit more ordered,
Absolutely.
right? So
Yeah.
there are these spiritual tenets that you read about in the Bible and in the Quran and in the
Hmm.
Bhagavad Gita and all these books,
Hmm.
but they're based on energy,
Hmm.
right? It's negative energy is positive energy. When you affirm things to yourself, then that gives you that positive vibration, so that you can now move in a positive vibration.
Absolutely.
And what you emanate, you start to see more of in your life, right?
Hmm.
So when I say, I affirm that I have the tools to accomplish all the things that my heart desires or all the things that I want to accomplish, now I can start moving towards that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what'll happen is you start to see opportunities and you start to see things differently, right? So in Think and Grow Rich, um, Napoleon Hill talks about you know, creating the affirmation, understanding who you can help and how you can help them. And when you help them, that raises your vibration. And
Hmm.
then the world starts to open up more and more.
Yeah,
Because again, the more you help people from a place of wanting to help them, the bigger the opportunities that you start to see, right? You start to see
absolutely.
the gap, you start to see the white spaces that most people can't see.
Yes.
So if you can raise your vibration every morning through an affirmation, through a prayer, through a meditation, the world will slowly start to change to reflect the positivity that you start with.
Absolutely. I believe that. I believe that. Well, thank you so much, AJ. We're going to do, I do, like I said, the affirmations and then meditation here every morning, just giving us all the time to stop and just reset before we start our day. I think that breathing, it allows you to
Yes.
start over again. I love that idea of
Mhm.
breath being so important. I love my Apple Watch because it, if I hear something, and I have had that over the last few weeks, bad news has
Mhm.
been coming quite frequently with this
Mhm.
coronavirus and racial, just different stuff coming.
Just,
It
just the
allows
world.
it is the world. It allows you to stop and breathe. And if
Yes, I
you
love
guys
that.
do that, use that app on your Apple Watch because it basically it makes you mindful of your breath, right? And just taking a
Yes.
moment to inhale and exhale. And I found in times when I'm feeling very overwhelmed, just taking that moment to breathe centers me and
Hmm.
allows me to focus, and then I can start over again. Before I have that knee jerk
Hmm.
reaction that you talked about,
Yes.
before I want to go off on somebody or tell somebody something, take a
Right.
moment to breathe, and then I'm able to think from a more peaceful perspective. So I want us to
Hmm.
say the affirmation together. We do this, like I said, every morning at 7 a.m. This is day 20, which means we are more than halfway finished. We have 11 days left in the month of July. And I believe that we all have the ability to finish strong. We have the ability to finish as a winner and make this year. We're not going to throw away 2020. We're still in 2020. We cannot throw it away if we're still here, right? We're still here.
We
So
cannot.
we have to
Can I
make
say
it
something
our
to you really
Yes,
quickly?
yes.
I want to say thank you for being light, because you're offering yourself, you're offering your words, your time, your ability to bring light into the world when we're in a very confusing, I don't want to say dark, but we're in a very different place.
Hmm.
And the vibrations are very low. Everywhere you look, there's negativity, right? I want to thank you for, not only writing this, but for taking the time out of your morning, every morning, to be light. So I just want to say
Thank
thank you
you,
for that.
AJ. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing this. I appreciate all the people that join and tune in, and I've had so
Mhm.
many people reach out to me and just say thank you. But I'm telling you, it's helping me also because even though
Mhm.
a lot of times we have the information and we know it, but making ourselves go through the motions and holding ourselves accountable is something that's blessing me also. And so I had no
I
idea when
love
I
it.
started this that I would have a friend have a family member pass away. A
Jesus.
14-year-old little boy was killed. One of my dear friends. I had no idea that would happen during this month. No idea that three of my very very good friends would end up in the hospital with coronavirus. No, well, with COVID-19, no idea that these things would happen. Even some challenges, with work, you don't know what's happening. So the fact that I've been able to be
Hmm.
accountable and share every morning
Hmm.
with people, and they've been able to share their energy with me, has helped me as well. So, and you and I have amazing conversations. And I was like, if we
I
can
love
like
it.
bring one of these conversations to,
To the
share with
world.
other people, I think that,
Hmm.
when people get it when they get it, it's not about the number of people that are tuned in. It's about the
Yes.
person that needed it that moment,
The one person, the
the
one
one
life.
person, yeah. And I've
Hmm.
had so many people email me and inbox me, and whether they saw it on Facebook or they saw it on YouTube or on Instagram, and just say thank you, and that just blesses me because I'm like, if I'm able to make someone else feel good, then I'm doing this is worth it, and I'm doing the right things, right?
Hmm.
So thank you, and thank you for constantly being that way. I think Dream Broker is quite um, the right way to describe that because you are everybody I know, you're always like, you can do it. I can help you. We can, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
because we can.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really feel like we can.
we can. Well, we
Thank
know
you.
we can, and it's exciting.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna say, I'm gonna let you go back to walking. I know you because
Okay.
and I appreciate you joining us. We're gonna just say this and do
Thank
our
you.
last minute meditation. I love you so much. Love to your beautiful family, and
Love
you
you
and I
too.
will talk soon. Thank you so much, AJ.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
All right,
Crystal.
bye bye. Okay, so I hope you guys got something from that. I wanted to bring people in that have that really, really are in line with the message behind this, and AJ is one of those people that really is. Right now, but this last few minutes, I want us to take the moment to breathe and go ahead and state our affirmation. So we're going to take a deep breath in and release it. One more time, take a deep breath in and release. One more deep breath. Fill your lungs with as much air as you can and release. We're going to state our affirmation, which is I possess the time and the ability to accomplish my goals. One more time, I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals. One last time, I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals. Take that deep breath in, exhale. One more time, take a deep breath in, exhale. One more deep breath in, exhale. And tell yourself, I possess the time and ability to accomplish my goals. You know it's true. You can do anything that you can dream. And if you're not concerned or worried about that, then I suggest you dream bigger. I want you to dream so big that you start to wonder, can I do it? And then you pick up this book and you know that you absolutely can. If you don't have your copy of the book, you can go to my website, which is www.howtowinwhenshithappens.com. You can get the book on Kindle, which is $4.99, or you can get the book in paperback version, which is what I have here, which is $9.99. We also have a free playlist with the motivational music. It's a motivational playlist. It's like the soundtrack to the book that allows you to connect with motivational messages from, like I said, Tony Robbins, Oprah, Iyanla Van Zant, free playlist. Download it, get that in your spirit, get that in your soul as you go about your day. If you're working out later, if you are in your car driving to the office, listen to that motivational playlist. Let it help further nurture and water the seeds that we're planting with these affirmations. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening and going on this journey with me. If you are watching this later, and please leave a message. I respond to messages on YouTube and Facebook. I thank you guys so much for being a part of this, and I definitely want to hear how this is changing your life. I know that if you've done these 20 affirmations that we've done every day, you can definitely see a difference in how you're approaching your life. There's no way. It's facts. It's universal law that if you say this and you speak these words and you do these and you remind yourself of these every day, that your perspective and your approach is going to start to change. I want to thank my guest, AJ Joyner. AJ is absolutely amazing. You can find him on Facebook at AJ Joyner. Trying to find his website really fast before I get out of here so that you guys can go to his website, which is, well, I see here that he has learningonlock.com. Learningonlock.com for Anthony AJ Joyner. He's on Instagram as AJ Joyner, Facebook, Anthony AJ Joyner. Check him out, download the playlist, get a copy of the book, and I will see you guys here tomorrow, 7 a.m., bright and early for Affirmation 21. We are ending July 2020 strong. regardless of what we see on the news, regardless of what we see happening around us or even in our lives. We're ending strong. We are winners. We decree it, and it is so. I love you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.